One of the interesting statements of the Prophet ﷺ when it comes to trusting Allah is that he says, if you want to learn how to trust Allah, you have to go and watch the birds. Seriously, you have to go watch the birds. Weather's good, go find somewhere, go bird watching. Watch a documentary about birds. لو أنكم تتوكلون على الله حق توكله لرزقكم كما يرزق الطير. He said, if you were to trust Allah properly, He would have provided for you like He provides for the birds. They leave in the early morning with an empty stomach and they return in the evening with a full stomach. The birds live day to day with no guarantee I have food for tomorrow. They don't have savings. Have you seen a refrigerator in a bird's nest? Anybody seen a freezer? No? Bank account? They have no clue what's happening tomorrow. Us, with our insurance policies and our bank accounts and refrigerators, we're still anxious about next week. These guys have no clue what's happening in 3 hours' time. They leave in the morning, empty stomach with only one conviction. The one who provided for me yesterday will provide for me today. There's another important point there. They leave in the early morning. Yes. Those who wake up at 12 p.m. hoping for the futuhat of Allah and the miracles of Allah to descend. Yes. The birds work hard. The animal kingdom in general, you see very hard workers, from the bees to the ants to the birds. They don't stop moving. They exhaust themselves. And then Allah provides from them in a way that they never could imagine. If you wake up at 4 or 5 a.m., there's nothing in the world you can't obtain if you trust Allah in the process. Everything the Prophet ﷺ ever sought in his life, he woke up early for it. Whether it was knowledge or closeness to Allah or even military victory, he would always start in the early morning. That's the secret of his tawakkul. He would start before everybody starts, and then he would say, oh Allah, I've done my job, now it's your turn to show me the outcome. Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah, in Madarij al-Salikin, he heavily criticizes some of the ideas of the mutasawwifa, the Sufis of his age, who used to say, tarkut tadbir. If you want to reach a stage of trusting Allah, you have to sit back and kind of leave things be. And he said, no, that's not how you get help from Allah. You have to work hard. If anybody were to get help from Allah free, it would have been the Prophet ﷺ. Then why is it before a battle he's lining up his soldiers and he's arming them and he's strategizing and he's sending scouts and intelligence and placing them and he's got this whole strategy? Why? He can just leave it, Allah will help him. No, he knows it's obligatory on me to take the means for me to earn the help of Allah. So we have to exhaust ourselves in the means. So many people, they fall short in this regard. And then the second part, once you take the means, you have to divorce your mind and spirit and soul. This thing cannot bring me any good, and it cannot remove from me any harm. This is one of the very most difficult steps in tawakkul. Is you submit an application and you say to yourself, my CV can do nothing if Allah wants otherwise. I leave it to Allah. Because you invested so much into it. You're going through the marriage process, signed up to 4 mobile apps and 3 websites and called all of your aunties and uncles and all the WhatsApp groups. Still I can't find. Are you trusting the groups and the websites, or are you trusting the one who created them? One time one of my teachers told me, he said, you know when you leave the house and you say, Bismillahi tawakkaltu ala Allah, and you lock the door of your house. He said, are you trusting the lock? Are you relying on the lock to protect the house? Because you know your whole house could be on fire and could leave just the door and the lock standing. Because sometimes we get obsessed with the tools. We get over-invested in the people. We get over-invested in the process. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shocks us. The lock doesn't work one day, someone burgles the house. The friend that you trusted, they take your money and they run away. And it's Allah sending you a message. Anytime you put too much hope and too much trust and reliance on a person or a tool, I'm going to disappoint you to realize there's only one who will never disappoint you, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.